I'm a terrible person, and you may not believe me, but after hearing this story, you will. I just got home from the woods. Cliché, I know, but I need to write down what just happened while it's fresh, and I need to call the police or anybody, but I'm not sure they'll believe me. I'm not sure anybody will believe me. I was at my friend Matt's house this afternoon, 4 of us just hanging. We're all big on urban exploration / haunted places, even though we know it's bullshit, but it's fun to scare ourselves. I admit, sometimes I chicken out because I get bad feelings, which can result in some piss talking. It was me, Dave, Graham, and Matt. I had my car. Dave suggested we drive out to the woods to explore the cabin that had been abandoned some 20 years ago. No scary stories behind it. The guy who lived in it died in the hospital and it sat empty ever since. We were bored, so why not? We'd never been to this place before. It was about a 40-minute drive. According to online forums, it was fenced off around 100 feet perimeter for some reason that nobody could fathom, and you had to climb the fence since there was no breaks in it and we didn't have wire cutters. Photos looked unremarkable, just some furniture lying, rotten floors and walls, graffiti, etc. We hit it off, me driving. Following the instructions online, we got to the woods. The road took us further in, and obviously it got a little darker, but it was a bright afternoon. The trees were bare, soggy leaves still on the ground. We reached the coordinates of where the cabin should be. I stopped the car. I hadn't really been feeling great about this on the drive out, so I told the guys to explore it and I'd sit in the car and wait for them. Of course, I got the usual insults about my feelings, but all was in good nature. They said they wouldn't be long and headed towards the fence to climb. I couldn't see the cabin from the car as it was over a slight rise. Graham is a, bigger guy, so the climbing for him was a bit tougher, but he got there. The guys disappeared over the hill and I started looking up crap on my phone and listened to the radio. About 20 minutes passed and I thought I heard something like a bird squawking. I turned the radio off and I listened. A few seconds passed, then again, a shriek. Although this time, it didn't sound like a bird. It sounded like a person? I put the window down, and then I heard Matt's voice shouting, "Go! Run! Get the fuck out!" And then a blood-curdling scream. I thought it was a joke and tried to stay calm, but then Graham appeared from over the rise, running like I've never seen him run before, crying. He fell over a couple times, and I would have thought it was a joke other than the look of sheer terror on his face. I got out of the car and went to the fence. He reached the fence and frantically started climbing, screaming as he was. I was also screaming, "What the fuck? What happened?" In his panic, he lost his footing and fell. I looked towards the rise, walking slowly, what can only be described as a black shadow person, right towards us. Graham got back on his feet and started climbing again while the thing slowly got closer. I was desperately trying to rip the fence open with bare hands, but nothing. Graham fell off again. He got up, started shaking the fence, screaming at me to help him. The thing was maybe 20 feet away from him and getting closer by the second. We both looked at each other, fighting for ways to get him out of there. My hands were bleeding from trying to rip the fucking fence down. He was sobbing, as was I. As the thing got closer, I could hear the crunching of its footsteps on the leaves. Graham was still struggling to climb the fence. I knew he wasn't gonna make it. In a state of hysteria and terror, I ran into the car and started the engine. The last thing I saw was this fucking thing reach out for Graham's neck while he was still trying to break through the fence. I'm home now. I drove home in a state of shock and I can only assume my friends are dead. I don't know what to do or who to call. How the fuck do I explain this? Do I go back to the cabin to try to find them? I shouldn't have left them there. I'm a terrible person. Update. At 2 a.m., my phone rang. It was Dave. I was so relieved to see his name pop up on my phone. I answered with a, "What the fuck? Are you okay? Where are you? I'm coming to get you." He replied, his voice was barely above a whisper, "Help me." I started to quickly get ready and collect my car keys. "Dave, I'm coming for you now. Are you still at the cabin? Help! It's coming again. He got cut off. I'm now sitting in my car. It's pitch black in the middle of the night, but he's alive. I know it. I'm going back out there. Update 2. Okay. I came to some kind of sense. I cannot drive out there in the middle of the night with no weapons, equipment, and a phone that's almost dead. So, I'm going to spend the next couple of hours preparing myself, and at the first light, I'm going back. I hope it's not a mistake to wait, but I feel it's a bigger mistake to go now. Fuck, I hope. Hey guys, I hope all is well. This story is called I'm a Terrible Person. It's from the No Sleep subreddit. Do you think I'm a terrible person? All the information will be in the description box below as usual. Also, please visit any of my other social media sites or email me. I love getting emails from you all. All my social media accounts will be linked below too, so please check them out. I hope everyone has a lovely day, and thank you for all your continued love and support.